Free Tucker porn is not a crime.
Free Tucker porn is not a crime. Free Tucker porn is not a crime.
To whack off, jerking off in the library. I don't get it, you know?
Not in the library.
Whacking off, jerking off.
Spanking his dolphin. Over 14 pornography sites on his laptop.
Either gay porn or straight porn.
Tell me what you know about the Tucker situation.
Well, from what I know, I was in a room with a bunch of my buddies. We were just studying in the library, you know. And then, like, the next thing I know, like, we were just, like, talking, and then someone told us that he got, like, arrested.
Apparently, he felt the need to whack off at a wrong time. Went to a cubicle? Is that what it is? Cubicle? And it just so happened that a female officer came in with his pants down, his dolphin in his hand, and over 14 pornography sites on his laptop.
Either gay porn or straight porn.
And he lives, like, across the hall, so I was like, yo, Tucker, like, what happened, dude? And he's like, he got arrested, and I was like, well, like, what'd you do? He's like, I was watching porn in the library.
I asked him what happened, and he said that he actually just got arrested for stealing a sign. And I guess he was like too embarrassed to tell me about the porn part.
It's like, you're watching porn? And I was like, oh my god, like, what the hell is wrong with this kid? You know what I mean? And like, it's pretty ridiculous.
They told him to get up, but he asked for 1 second because he had to put away his stuff, and they wouldn't let him. And he got up and they cuffed him.
So the next day we found out he was like doing some lewd behavior.
What's the deal with jerking off in the library? I don't get it, you know?
What kind of lewd behavior? What demonstrates like lewd behavior?
Demonstrate it?
Yeah, tell me what kind of, like he was sitting at a chair similar to yours.
Like similar to mine.
He was looking at a computer
he was
similar
looking
to yours.
at like a computer like this. And I'm thinking, like, let's say this was my member. He was playing with this in ways that you don't do in a library.
You know, you could jerk off in the bathroom, in the shower, in your bed. I'm a bed person. But, you know, I don't jerk off in the library. I don't know who does. He's out of his mind, you know?
You shouldn't do it. It's wrong.
So you wouldn't, like, find yourself in a position, like...
I mean, I find myself in the position, but not in the library. Not in the library.
So tell me your side of the story. What exactly happened in that library cubicle?
I was in the cubicle watching porn, and I don't know, doing something.
14. That's
a whopping number. That's a whole lot of spanking.
And all of a sudden, a cop comes in through the door, and she asked me to step outside. I asked her a moment. She said no, and I was like, all right. Stepped outside. She hands me my ID. She asked for my ID. Go give it to her. And she puts me up against the wall and was like, I'm arrested. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Red-handed by a woman cop, which I think is hilarious that it was a woman cop and not a male cop. Because she had to search him.
Were you shocked that the cop was actually like a female? Did that make you a little uncomfortable?
It didn't make me uncomfortable, but it just made the situation a lot more awkward.
What did you do? You just went into the cubicle and thought that you can just pull a quick whack and get away with it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So as Tucker's roommate, did you expect this kind of behavior out of him?
Not really.
Was it awkward talking to him about his crime?
I just thought it was hilarious. I took it as a joke, but then like now he's got all like the court appearances, and that's not really cool.
Well, I believe the consequence of his action was some community service, academic, and judiciary probation.
What was the amount of community service that you had to get?
Well, I have a total of 60 hours of community service for the school, plus I have to go to both Town of Amherst Court and Buffalo City Court.
As well as having it on his own personal record that he got caught for masturbating in the library.
Are you offended by this?
I kind of am.
Are you cautious? Are you cautious to your cubicle?
Sometimes now, like, I have to, like, go in the cubicle and worry if a guy like Tucker has been there before. And I don't like that. It kind of pisses me off, to be honest. Damn you, Tucker.
So, like, do you lose respect for him or anything?
No, not at all. I think it's the funniest thing that's happened so far in Buffalo.
You don't really look at him like in like a less positive light?
Not at all. It's like a pure college thing to do.
As a friend of Tucker, or at least a hallmate,
right?
Or has a relationship become slightly poisoned by his actions?
No, it's gotten stronger. Because I know that, like, I've got his back despite whatever he does. You know what I mean? Yeah. Despite if he wants to, like, touch himself in lewd ways and places he shouldn't do it, I'm still going to be there for him, for Tucker.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you've ever found yourself under those conditions of being in the library, you know, during school like this, it gets hard. Would you ever consider doing what he did in the cubicle, perhaps?
Yeah, because I also don't have a. My girlfriend goes to a different school, so I don't get much ass. So yeah, I would whack off in the library.
Well, if you had to, would you go to the library and whack off?
If I was stuck there for a long time, probably.
Have you ever been caught masturbating?
No, haven't. I'm kind of discreet about that. Make sure nobody's around and make sure nobody's looking. It's a very private thing. Wouldn't do it in the library, of course.
I agree. So you wouldn't, if you found yourself under possible stressful situations and you had nowhere else to go but a library, you wouldn't resort to such lewd behavior, quote unquote.
Well, honestly, I just don't see myself in that situation where it'd be so necessary for me to have to spank it in the library.
What if I told you that I did that type of thing?
That's fine.
You wouldn't
You're in
like.
college. You're supposed to do things you regret.
All right. So would you do that, like as a woman?
No.
Why not? What are the
It's kind of
differences?
different.
Why?
For a guy, it's funny. A girl, it's kind of sick.
Is it? Why? I
You
don't.
can just do it in your room.
You're in a quad, so is Tucker's in a double. It might be hard to
Tucker-
find time.
A double?
Maybe double will be half the trouble, but still.
Well, no, I don't do it to begin with.
If you can go back, like because I understand it's hard. You know, it's coming up on finals. You know, work can get hard. If you need a place to whack, would you try the library ever again?
Never.
Do you recommend it, like, for anyone else?
Not unless you have to.
Let's say you were in the library for an extended amount of time. Would you ever find?
Oh, I'm
yourself-
not
would you
saying
ever
he's
find-
wrong for doing it. I don't blame him.
Would
This one did it too. He just didn't get caught.
I'm amazing. I don't get caught, nigga. I don't get caught! King Kong ain't got nothing on me!
So, are you saying that if you felt the need to in the library, you'd ever engage?
If I thought that the coast was clear, if I thought that no female cop was gonna find me jerking off, then maybe I'd do it.
Have you
I
ever
don't know,
done?
I wasn't in that situation. I hadn't been in that situation yet.
Have you ever done it before in the past? It's off the record.
In the library? No, I've never done it in the library. I can usually constrain myself.
I did.
He showed me where he got it. He showed me. We were walking outside and he points. Gilbert, that's the spot. I looked down on people while I was jerking off. I made believe I was coming on them.